Welcome to a new episode of Bull News. Today's episode is really hot. The market has been both rattling and surprising us lately, and I'm here to break down everything that happened this past week. Let's dive in. The market has been stuck in approximately the same spot for more than a week now. For example, Bitcoin gained 1.2% in price over the past week, while Ethereum fell by about 1.8% during the same period, and Sol stayed exactly where it was compared to last week. However, some top 10 tokens continue to move. Ripple, for instance, gained 6.2%, and BNB surged by a whopping 13.4%. Now let's move on to the news. We'll start with the fact that on March 14th, the World Liberty Financial Project, supported by Donald Trump himself, wrapped up its token sale. The exact amount raised hasn't been disclosed yet, but insiders are whispering that it's quite substantial. Some are even talking about hundreds of millions of dollars. Trump positions himself as the United States crypto president, while his sons, Donald Jr. and Eric, actively promote Web3, claiming it's the future of finance. The WLFI project promises to become a decentralized finance platform focused on freedom and independence from traditional banks. Investors apparently believe that statement tokens were sold out fast, and now everyone's waiting to see how the platform performs in practice. Moving on to another big piece of news, the TON token jumped by more than 30% after Telegram founder Pavel Durov got his passport back, which had been confiscated by French authorities. Durov was under investigation due to disputes over content moderation in the messenger, but now it seems the pressure has eased. Investors took this as a sign of growth for the TON ecosystem, a blockchain closely linked with Telegram. Its price peaked at a 40% increase, and analysts are already suggesting that TON could strengthen its position as one of the major altcoin players. The Telegram community is already celebrating, anticipating new announcements from Durov. Meanwhile, the United States is making moves too. The Senate took its first major step toward advancing a stablecoin law. The bill promises clear rules for issuers like Tether and Circle, which could boost trust in such assets. Debates have been going on for months, but the document has now been sent to the Finance Committee, and experts predict its approval by the end of the year. This is good news for the market. Stablecoins will become more reliable in the eyes of regulators and investors. Recently, analysts have noticed that Bitcoin and the S&P 500 index have started to give way to what's called stagflationary trading. This is when investors shift into assets that hold up better amid economic stagnation and rising prices. The main culprit is the new tariffs from Trump. Experts say that if duties on imports from China and Europe really do increase, it could slow global growth and hit riskier assets like stocks and crypto. Bitcoin is holding its ground for now, but its correlation with the stock market has become stronger this year than before, according to CoinDesk. Institutional players have already begun restructuring their portfolios, while smaller traders are wondering if they should wait for a new bottom or prepare for a rebound. And here comes another piece of news indicating that not everyone is ready to back away from crypto. Earlier, Canary Capital filed an application to launch an ETF based on the SUI token. This move followed its strategic deal with World Liberty Financial. It seems Trump's projects are starting to gain allies. SUI is a Layer 1 blockchain promising high transaction speeds and low fees, which appeals to institutional investors. It also sparked a buzz when it unexpectedly entered the top 20 global cryptocurrencies. If the SEC approves this ETF, it will serve as another bridge between traditional finance and the crypto market. Analysts are already predicting that WLFI's success could prompt other companies to take similar steps. SUI jumped 8% on the news. By the way, this isn't Canary's first ETF. They've already launched Bitcoin and Ether products, but now it's clear they want to broaden their offerings. Moving on to the next event, we see that the past week in general has been rich with announcements. That's because Securitize and Ethena have introduced a new blockchain specifically aimed at institutional DeFi. The idea is to provide major players, banks, hedge funds, and so on, with a transparent and reliable platform for decentralized finance. Securitize is known for its asset tokenization solutions, while Ethena is the project that recently launched the USD stablecoin, pegged to the dollar. The new blockchain promises promises to simplify the integration of traditional finance with DeFi, while also reducing regulatory risks. Investors are watching this closely, and some are already saying it could be the trend of the coming years. Meanwhile, Hashdex, another major firm, has just announced plans to expand its US crypto ETF. They plan to add Litecoin, XRP, and several other altcoins to make the product more diverse. Currently, their ETF holds only Bitcoin and Ether, but demand for alternative coins is growing, especially among those who believe an alt season is on the horizon. Litecoin recently showed a 20% increase in network transactions over the last month, while XRP continues to hold its positions thanks to Ripple's courtroom victories over the SEC. Hashdex has already submitted an application to the Securities Commission, and if everything goes smoothly, the renewed ETF is set to launch in the summer of 2025. This could spark interest in altcoins, which have been overshadowed by Bitcoin in recent months. Finally, some fresh news. The Japanese company Metaplanet has announced a new bond issue to buy even more Bitcoin for its reserves. The company already holds around 250 BTC on its balance sheet, purchased last year, and now they plan to at least double that figure. Metaplanet positions itself as the Asian equivalent of MicroStrategy, which is also actively buying BTC. That's all for now. The crypto market continues to surprise, even in tough times. Success in some places, pauses in others, and bold plans for the future. Trump pushes his crypto empire, OKX fixes its holes, and Metaplanet stacks up on BTC, all amid tariff wars and stagflationary fears. That concludes the bullish and not so bullish news. See you in the next episode.